Now, oh my goodness, hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of the League of Amazing Adventurers. Everything was broken.
I'm Ray.
Hi.
The world was on fire,
I'm Lynx.
and so I need to fix everyone quickly.
I'm Garl.
That was fine where he was.
All right.
Ray.
Oh no! Oh no!
Now I'm Nimbus again.
Listen, you guys said you wanted the body swap link. Now you can have
That's
the body
true.
swap.
I actually never said that.
Cassandra.
I never said that.
Oh, I'm Ray. I'm Ray.
So I need to put
That's what it would be like if I was Ray and you were standing in front of me.
there.
You right?
All
You're
right,
not
we're
wrong.
fixed.
I'm Ray
Hello,
Silva.
my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of the League of Amazing Adventurers here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. It is episode 38. We're almost at episode 40, which means that we are 14 episodes away from having played this game for a year.
Oh,
There's 52.
Yay!
Wait, is it 52 or 56
Fif-
weeks in a year?
52.
Then
52.
we're
Yeah.
12 episodes. We are 14 episodes away from having played this game for a year.
I can't count anyway, so I don't know what we're talking about.
That's
Time
crazy.
is an illusion.
I have a bachelor's, just not in math.
All right, so we're starting a bit late, so I'm going to speed through these announcements. Number 1, check out our schedule down below for all the other streams. Number 2, go follow us on TikTok. It's it's TikTok, Tabletop Rolls on TikTok. We have a video about an axolotl dancing in some water that's blowing up for some reason. Also, hello to the new followers from that video. There's a couple of you. I'm going to just replay the last one to make sure that my alert box is working. So there you go, Saint Nothing. Thanks for the follow if you're here.
Woohoo!
Yes. I might be using the wrong screen for this.
Oh yay, hero
I thought
points.
I updated this. Anyway.
Oh yeah, hero points. Thanks for the hero
I need
points,
to reopen
friend.
Roll20 as well. But yeah, so that is all of our major announcements. Number 2, some minor announcements. Keep an eye out. In August, we're going to be starting a new AP. Matt's going to be running that.
Woo.
We're gonna be like Hogwarts, except different, cause copyright.
Yes, and I think you're playing in that one with me, Shy, right?
I am.
Oh,
I'm gonna be a
boy.
tsundere witch.
Have fun, Matt.
Boy, I will flunk all of you.
And we will deserve it.
Yes.
Like
but
I play any other
with
character.
that, that's all of our major announcements done and dusted. Let's roll that intro and then let's get right into the game. Last time on the League of Amazing Adventurers, as they were being accommodated by the new rulers of Lutania, the party discovered that this had all in fact been a Trelladarian plot.
Bum, bum, bum,
It was at that
bum.
moment that Trelladar launched a multi-pronged assault and succeeded in taking over the world. Luckily, our party escaped to the distant lands of Izzol with some old friends in tow. Yes, being saved by Gwendolyn, former vigilante, and Elisandra, former bad girl. In many
Be
sense
my
of the
bad
ways.
girl, be my
she
man,
feeling
be my
that
weekend lover, but don't be my
Our party, having to leave Chip behind, gained a new ally in Garl.
Girl.
Girl.
It's already started.
Ray's companion.
And then, upon making it to Izdal and landing the ship, they were pointed out to a group of androids who had popped out of the ground nearby Gwendolyn's family's old estate. And as they were being walked towards the main thoroughfare, a voice said, "Lynx, is that you?"
Wait, which one is Lynx?
It's me.
It's that one.
Oh.
Except in a much flatter voice. It's more of like a, "Lynx, is that you?"
It's me, Data.
This is
I mean, kinda.
Hello.
Yeah, turning around, you see a android. Very androgynous. They have, like, long hair, but it's kind of been braided up at the ends of it. And their hands have, like, these, like, beautiful, like, arcane sort of wiring-esque things going through them. They're carrying 2 boxes right now, one in each hand.
Have we met?
Ah, yes, I realize you probably don't recognize. They will put down the boxes, and they literally just come up and they just hug you. It's like,
He
Oh, that's-
freezes on the spot, does not know what to do with his hands.
Lynx, we went through this. That they will correct your hands.
He'll plaintively place his hands on their shoulders
All right.
as if to hug, and then push away.
Is this not okay? I could break their arms.
I would then just repair them. So it would be fine, but a bit painful. Maybe don't break Lynx's arms. There's a couple fractures that have been there for some time that I've fixed up that I don't really want re-breaking. Don't want to cause permanent damage.
I need a name.
Oh, right. Sorry, Lynx. It's me, Algresh.
Argesh?
Yes. Hello. Back from the dead, so they speak. As it occurs to me, with my training as a medical professional, I realize I should have probably come at this a little bit with better tact, but, ripping off the Band-Aid.
You're supposed to be dead.
Well, I'm not dead yet.
It's good to see you.
Yes, now, the hug?
He goes in for a very light, half-hearted, very confused hug. It ends whenever Argesh pulls away. He doesn't have the wherewithal to know when it's been too long of a hug.
Yeah, after like 15 seconds. Let's go. We'll have to get caught up. I've just recently come out of the ground. Quite literally, they'll point towards 2 large structures that appear to be built over top of what appears to be like what was a sinkhole.
Undead.
No. Well,
Gwen goes through this. No, Garl, we've gone through this already. They are spirits inhabiting machines. They are not undead.
Isn't that what undead are?
Ray turns to Lynx and goes, "Can I lick?"
I don't think you'd like the taste.
Consent.
I mean,
Lynx, aren't you going to introduce us?
I want to know if it is same person I taste.
Shy, Argesh looks directly into your eyes and says, "Well, you've already kind of licked me once."
I remembered.
Ray just smiles and goes, sounds about right.
She does that sometimes. She doesn't mean anything by it.
Believe it or not, Lynx have had a similar amount of ferality to them when we first met.
Lynx, my roommate. We friends.
Oh, I'm so proud of you, Lynx. I always said that they should take a protege under their wing.
Who did what now?
Lynx
A student. Lynx, I
is like 1,000 yards staring off is somewhat towards the ground. He turns to Nimbus and gestures very absently and introduces Argesh. This is extremely out of character for him to look so lost, but this is Argesh. They were the medic in my adventuring party.
Oh! Oh, of course! And then in the Magicard Waste, and of course, my apologies. My name is Nimbus I'm so sorry. Nimbus Evangeline Amalthea Saint Altair. Lovely to meet you.
It's very nice to meet you as well, Nimbus. Do you mind if I call you Nim?
Not at all.
Excellent.
It's so
Ray-
much shorter than the full thing.
Ray slaps Lynx on the back. Just like really high, like, any friend of Lynx has to go through my friendship trial first.
Technically, they were friends with Lynx before you were.
As you slap him on the back, it's very clear that he's been taking like no breath at all. You knock the wind out of him, and it takes him a second to like recover from that.
Ray just kind of goes, and like slowly like brings him back like on her to like lean on her. She's so tiny.
Yes. Lynx, I feel the need to... So... It has been some time for you. And I know you've probably grieved and you've gone through all of that already. However, for myself, and I'm assuming for the others, I've yet to find them, but I've not really left this area. I've been told what's going on with Trelladar, and I thought I would stay here and help. It's only been maybe what feels like a short nap.
I, as a person, am blanking on how long it's actually been. I think it's been, what, 15, 20 years?
Yeah. That's what you said?
Okay. Well, I'm 87 now,
I
to
thought
give you an
grew.
idea.
You know, Lynx, I should probably give you some time to process this.
I don't know where to start. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. Well, lots of catching up to do. From what I hear, you've been quite busy.
Yeah, especially as of late.
And
Are
also-
are you working in the area?
Yes, I'm working on this camp here. I'm helping out Lady Gwendolyn.
Okay, so I'll be seeing a lot of you. Great.
Yes. And also, as for all of you, thank you. Lynx is slow to trust, and he's slow to kind of get into a group. From what I understand, you managed to accomplish quite the feat with getting them to try out that tournament that we couldn't get them into. So thank you.
It was more of an assignment, freely. We didn't have much to do with it.
Well, either way, I'm going to go and continue setting up what little of a medicine cabinet I have. Lady Gwendolyn, the repairs to your estate have been done and completed. We have set up rooms for you as requested. And yes, I will be seeing you all around. And they kind of bow their head and they walk off.
Okay, bye.
It was nice to meet you.
Rude.
Lynx waves, staring at them as though the world is non-existent.
Ray turns to Nim and goes, Lynx likes me more.
You know that I don't think I can argue with Lynx. Are you alright?
No.
Would it help if I found you a tree to punch? That often makes Garl feel better.
I appreciate it. I need to sit down.
Would you
Ray
care for an
slaps her knee.
emotional support animal?
No.
A seat
Fair enough.
for my friend.
How tall is Ray?
She's like 4'9".
I have to double check his height. If
so
I recall,
tiny.
you're almost a full foot shorter than he is.
He just slaps her thigh like, sit her down, pal.
he'll pop a squat, like right behind your knee, so that he's not like hurting you. And he'll truly just like take a second there, in the thinker pose.
Ray does a pat.
Alessandra has walked back into the airship for a moment, has now walked out. She sets up a stool and then just waves over to Lynx, takes a bottle from out of her bag, puts it onto the stool.
He's gonna clamber over to it as starry-eyed as possible, just fully like out of his shit right now.
Delicious grape juice.
I want Ray to turn to Garl and be like, no one ever appreciates me.
Carl appreciates you, person whose name I'm still not entirely sure what it is because you've told me various things.
That's fair.
You do as I
Would
say,
you like-
Garl. We'll be
would
just
you-
fine.
Would you like to go punch trees?
I think I would.
I think I would.
All right. Also, McKenna, I was told to remind you, Ascendancy.
Yes! I'm gonna follow Gwen inside and send Ascendancy a dream message, updating him as quickly as possible into the state of affairs that he may be waking up into at some point, hopefully eventually.
So, when you send your dream message, because of the way the spell works, you had known that they basically had immediately gotten it. They do not receive it yet.
So they might be up. Oh shit.
But is at that kind of moment when Gwen kind of like, Gwen probably asked Cassandra to join them.
Coming.
Yes. So it's now Gwendolyn, Cassandra, and Nim in a room. Alessandra has buggered off somewhere. Cassandra, Nim, here's what we know. Trelladar has currently hold of the world. And it is a chokehold.
Chocobo?
Now, I
Chocobo.
know that you will most likely want to rush into action. However, we need to take some time here. We need to let them get complacent. We are not fighting a war. We are fighting for survival in the occupied territory.
Yes, I know you're right. It's just... the longer we wait, I feel like the less chance we have of helping Magdia, helping the Opal Empire.
I don't think things will move that quickly. The
I
people
hope
are
not.
fighting. And while the people are fighting, Trelladar is going to be on high alert for us.
Right.
Right now what we need to do is build up. Be ready. And once they have loosened their chokehold on the world, well, then we'll go pry up the remaining fingers.
Smart.
But Nim, I'm sure we have a little bit of catching up to do.
We have so much catching up to do.
Cassandra, I have a room prepared for you. And Gwen will show you this room that's just like a beautiful, like, little, like, estate room that's... every wall is a bookshelf.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
And yeah, we are now going to get into what will be the meat and potatoes of today's session. A little bit of a sub-game. you guys are going to have about 5 weeks of downtime. And in order to facilitate that downtime, instead of just saying like boom, 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 you guys have a base camp to build up.
Okay.
So, I'm going to put that base camp onto the stream.
Ooh.
And I'm going to put you guys onto the map of the base camp.
Ooh.
So here's the base as it stands. Right now, there is the main building right here. That is Gwendolyn's estate. That is where you each have a room. This session is going to be very much about the base and plotting out their plans for how they're going to take the world back from Treladar. And then these two here are homes of basically where the androids are staying. Consider the androids your workforce. They are willing to help out. They are willing to help out with your cause. They want to protect the world just as much as you do.
Don't entirely know how I feel about that.
To be fair, they could also be the fact that they don't get tired and monotonous work doesn't bother them. So,
Think like
They could also be dead, so
from a
like...
mechanical standpoint, think of them as similar to like your drones in an RTS.
Mhm.
Like they're going to help you guys out with building stuff, but of course the party will still help out. But if you can all drag your tokens onto the map, or else I can drag some as well.
I don't know how to do that.
I will
didn't
drag
know that
your
I could
token
do
onto the
that.
map then, Lynx.
Oh, there's my token.
Yeah, and y'all can just put yourselves basically around Gwen's place.
Where the heck am I?
I have put
Oh.
you in between the party.
Perfect.
the
So
center of attention.
to start things off, I'm going to have everyone roll me initiative. This will just
Yes,
determine
sir.
our turn order for the sub-game. This sub-game's mechanics and the base building mechanics are very much based off of the game The Quiet Year.
Ooh, look at Nim and Garl.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect, you're all there.
Oh, marvelous.
Hey!
I'm actually really glad that it wound up this
My
way.
example that I used to explain this to y'all is going to come to
Oh, yeah!
fruition. So, I'm going to shuffle this deck. And so, chat, just so you know, here's how it's going to work. We've rolled initiative, and each turn is going to constitute a week of in-game time. So Garl's turn is a week, Nim's turn is a week, Cassandra's turn is a week, Ray's turn is a week, Lynx's turn is a week. On their turn, each player is going to draw a card from the deck. Depending on the card they draw, they'll have a choice of 2 events to do. They will pick their event, we will go through that event and whatever may come of it, and then they will have the ability to either start a project or assist in a project to make it get done sooner. If they start a project, they're going to say, I want to build this thing at our base. I'll use the example of an apothecary. I want to build an apothecary at our base so we can have easy access to potions. Boom. I think it will take 3 weeks based on the resources we have. Right now, the major resources you have are all construction materials and what you guys have with you. Luckily, Izdol is the largely untouched continent, so you basically have the full, basically natural resources to your disposal. If they do start a project, they will assign a number of weeks, basically turns. So say Garl says it'll take 3 weeks to make an apothecary, then the apothecary will be completed on Ray's turn. Any projects that are not done by the time the party has finished this game and is moving on to basically the next time for action will continue to work while you guys are doing your next mission.
Gotcha.
So if you want to do a 5-week project or 6-week project, but you're the last one, that's fine. Just know that that'll be ticking down passively instead of during this time, and you won't see its benefits until it ticks down fully. If people assist with it, they can decrease the amount of time it takes. The only way you increase is if you critically failure. Alright, so, does anyone have any questions as to how this sub-game is going to work?
Don't think so.
Alright, then
Just
Garl.
me.
I'm going to ask you to draw a card.
Just from the card down there? Do I just
Yeah.
press the draw button?
Yep, just press the draw button and tell me what you draw.
Just one card it's asking?
Yep.
I
I'm
drew
stealing it.
my lucky number, the 8 of hearts.
The 8 of hearts.
William B. wants to steal this card from your hand.
Well, this way I can show chat.
Let it go.
It's the 8 of hearts.
Nice.
All right, so this is a really weird one for Garl to have gotten.
Compose a poem.
So number 1, the first event on this card that you can pick from is Ogresh approaches you. The second event is you find Garl doing something strange. What are they doing? However, I think in
Garl.
this case I would reword it to you are doing something strange. What are you doing?
To be fair, it could be Garl suddenly sits up in the middle of doing something and she can't remember why she was doing it. And just feels like a pain behind her eye, like, oh, what was I doing?
So which one would you like?
I'd kind of like to do the Garl suddenly forgets why she was doing what she was doing.
Okay.
Do I come up with the idea thing she was doing, or do
Yep,
you?
you come up with the thing Garl was doing while they were forgetting it. So set up the scene for us. Garl is working away doing what?
You guys awaken one morning to the sound of scraping and things being thrown, and you find Garl digging a hole. A big, long hole.
Big ol' hole.
Though you notice it is actually a long hole. It seems to be a trench.
Honestly, same.
Oh.
And then she kind of just stops, looks around. How did I get here? Why am I in a trench?
The first one is because we took an airship here. The second one, I don't know.
No, I remember flying ship. Yes. I don't
Flying
remember.
ship.
Last thing I remember was sleeping? No, you don't remember sleeping. Or do I?
I don't know, do you?
This is a nice trench.
It is a nice trench.
Elisandra will come out of the manor at that point. Oh, Garl, you was sleep digging again. Yep, come on up.
I like the trench. It's comfy down here.
Yes, Garl, the trench is very comfy, but also you was sleep digging and we need to get you back into your bed. Come on.
Do you sleep dig often?
I mean, trenches are useful.
Of course. It's just not something I've seen before.
I've seen
I,
it.
I'll trust you, Alessandra. I'll trust you.
Come on.
I'll go back to sleep.
Yep, come on.
Is someone else going to finish the trench?
Yes, Garl, we'll finish. It'll be a wonderful foundation for a home.
Oh,
Well, I mean, it's a defensible feature. Someone runs at, they can fall, and then you crack their skulls open.
Yes, but a trench in the middle of the base is probably not the safest thing.
Oh, it was probably supposed to be around the edge.
Yep, there you go, Garl. Come on, let's get you
Okay.
back into bed.
Fine.
All right, so
well.
Garl,
Yes.
you can start a project now. What is something Garl would like built into this base?
Trench.
Well, I was originally going to say a trench, like a nice defensible trench that we'd then fill with spikes.
All right, do you want to build a trench around the base?
I would actually like to build a trench. I feel that's a good use of Garl's strength for the moment.
Cool. How long do you think it'll take for Garl to build that trench?
Considering it wants to be decently decent enough that you can't just jump over it easily, and deep enough that it could potentially actually hurt someone if they fall in, might take a good week
A full
if
week?
she works all day, every day.
All right.
Would Garl help with the trench?
Garl's eyes get all starry. That would be lovely.
Ray
Aw.
would love to help and come up with ideas of what to fill the trench with.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Ray can definitely help out with that.
Perfect.
So,
Huzzah!
here's a part of the game that I forgot to tell you guys about. Roll20 has a drawing tool on it.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So, it's the little paintbrush. So, Garl, if you'll select that paintbrush, pick a color of your choice, preferably not a green, and draw something to represent your trench on the map.
All right. Let's find this. I think will do a nice dark brown. Oh no, that was the square thing. That is not helpful. Okay. So, because I imagine we're going to probably expand the base at one point,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start very close. Can I just draw the whole thing, like where I want it to be?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So, I'm going to want some room to expand. So, but still be defensible. My character sheet's getting in the way. And if necessary, can
They
be
had
filled.
stayed in Lutania to organize a resistance against the draconic forces that took over the country.
Oh, you know what? Is there an eraser tool?
There's not.
All right. Well, imagine that there is a gap in there somewhere where a little pathway is.
Okay. Fair enough then. So Garl is building a trench around like the central part of the base. I will say, just for scaling, each square is 15 feet.
Oh boy. Oof.
But
Garl definitely takes off all her armor for this. Oh
that's
boy.
fair.
She would cook.
Nim, draw us a card from the deck. And tell us what you get.
Draw.
Draw one card. Draw. Oh, 3 of hearts. 3 of hearts.
The 3 of Hearts. Alright, here are the 2 events you have. A small fight broke out. What was its cause? And a small party is held. Why are we celebrating?
Aww. I think a small party is held.
Okay.
Like a small housewarming party. Because we need to celebrate something because the world is on fire.
Or a
And
funeral.
we need to fiddle a little bit while Rome burns. And yeah, just an excuse to eat some food and spend time with friends. I think either Nim or Gwen suggests, you know what? We should have like a nice dinner. And possibly with the androids, possibly with just the party.
I think
Yeah.
I think that it turns into like a small celebration of everyone. Gwen at one point kind of gets up before the crowd and says something along the lines of, "This is our world. We will be the ones to change it, and we will be the ones to protect it." And they kind of like raise a glass, and people toast and clink glasses. And yeah, Nim, would you like to start a project or assist someone else's project?
I have a very, very small project. It probably won't take more than like a day or 2, maybe 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
I want to make a small outdoor shrine to Desna.
Sure.
Simp.
Teehee. The thing about Desnan altars is that they are categorically, like, by design, very small. They are mostly, like, trail markers or, like, at most, like, a rest stop, like a hostel for travelers, because she is also primarily the goddess of travel, in addition to being the goddess of the moon and dreams and luck. So what I want to do is I want to find, like, somewhere in the woods, a clearing, somewhere where the sky is visible. And if there is no such place like that in the jungle, I can do this out by the lake. And I just want to create, like, a small circle, maybe, like, we're talking 7 feet by 7 feet, like a little circle with a tree. And I think I'm going to take one of Gwen's, like, ceramic serving bowls. I out there to fill with water to have like a small reflection pool where at night the moon can be reflected into the water and people can go there and meditate or pray.
Fair.
Yeah.
Well, the shrine itself won't be a problem. It's finding the location that you want that will be the issue.
Yeah.
So just because of how this sub game's going to work, it'll probably take you about a week to do that then.
And I can have Merle help scout.
Yeah.
That might shorten the time a little bit if I have someone with an aerial view.
Fair enough. But yeah, at the end of this turn, Nim, the trench is completed, Garl.
Yeah, trench.
And then
Trench.
we go to Cassandra. Cassandra,
Yay!
draw me your card.
Draw the card. Bonk. Boop. Draw. Ooh, do I click
Oh,
on it?
monster cardo.
I can't see. Wait, stealing? What? I don't. What? No.
No,
What
you-
did I do?
No way! You can't steal my card.
Ah! How do I get out of this? I don't know what I'm doing. Why am I stealing the card?
You keep
Oh,
trying to
Ace
steal
of
my
Hearts.
card, Bestie.
Ace of Hearts.
All right, Cassandra. Here are the two events that you get to pick from.
Woohoo!
Number 1, something strange is fished up from the lake. What is it? And number 2, while digging a foundation, you found something. What was it?
Ooh, I'm gonna go with fished up from the lake because I don't think Cassandra would do much digging.
Okay.
And I get to choose what it was?
Yes. What was fished up from the lake?
Ooh, okay. You can tell me no to this, but this is something I've been thinking about for a hot minute. It's an ethereal question mark box with the name Corellia on it
Oh,
from my deity who I still don't know who it is.
Sure.
As like a hint to who they are.
Sure.
Sweet.
Sure. I'll allow it.
lore.
So you find this box, and it looks like it has been there for some time. As you pull it out and you open it up, inside are a couple of things.
Where's my pencil?
A lock of your hair,
Ooh.
a pressed flower, and a photo of you and your husband.
Oh.
We hate him.
I hate him.
Hate him.
Question: is it my old hair, like the brown hair from when I was alive, or like my current hair?
It is your old hair.
Oh, spicy!
However, as you
Things that-
hold the photo, something strange happens.
Ooh.
Yes, I love something strange happens.
The figure in the background begins to crack,
Ooh.
and your husband basically disappears from the photo. As they do so, your form begins to change. It becomes more closely related it becomes more closely to you. It looks basically how you look currently. And then eventually from behind you, from what was a fireplace in the background, a light just begins to erupt. And Cassandra becomes the only object in this photo with this like blinding light background to it.
Different.
I have a
I'll put
secret.
things back in the box and take the box and put it on a very high shelf in my room.
What box?
Oh,
Ada?
does the box disappear?
Or was
There's
there
no
ever
box.
a box at all?
Gaslight gatekeeper box.
And now you think about it, that photo, it must have just been a reflection from the sunlight. Or was it?
Also, ancient photos?
There is no box in Bossing Say.
What?
There you go. Cassandra, you got your wish.
Ooh.
So,
I did
what would
it.
you like to do? You can start a project, or you can assist another one. What would you like to do?
I think I want to start stocking the shelves in my room with books and information, and have like I'll start like writing down the experiences of the androids who are around the compound, just to get like what they remember as the history of the Magic Card Waste and stuff like that, like what they remember happened before the war, just any information, and just start creating a library.
Cool. And how long do you think this will take?
How many androids are there?
In total, there's about 42.
Ooh, this is gonna take I'm gonna try and get at least like 2 books a day, so I'm gonna say at least 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Cool.
Yeah, I'm a fast writer.
And do they dream of electric sheep?
All right, then. At the end of that week, Nim, you managed to finish off your Desnan Shrine. And then we go to, God help us, Ray. Shy,
Hello.
draw a card from the deck.
Let's go. Dwa. Dwa. One card.
Yep, just one.
Dwa.
Nice. What'd you get?
I don't know. It went away.
So above your name, you'll see that purple thing.
Ah. Haha. King of Hearts.
Oh,
Ooh.
God.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Hooray!
McKenna, Shy. Here are your choices. 1. Select a school of magic. Something
What?
will happen once you select that school of magic. If
Oh, no.
if you need me to refresh you as to what the schools are, I can. And then number
Yes,
2,
please.
one of the androids discovers a multi-tool in their pod. In a pod, you gain an artisan of your choice. So here are the schools of magic. I just need to open up my reference book for this because it's a specific thing that does specific things. There
good.
is abjuration, conjuration, divination, enchantment, evocation, necromancy, and transmutation.
Oh no,
Okay.
probably for necromancy.
What one sounds cooler, transmutation or necromancy?
I mean, transmutation is turning one thing into another thing.
But
And
necromancy.
Necromancy is so far up Shy's alley, I think.
Necromancy is good for healing in Pathfinder.
Yeah, that's
the
true.
thing.
And for draining life force.
Laugh hours.
Take the life of one thing and pour it in another thing.
I think I done dabble in necromancy.
All
I think
right.
I think I'll done dabble in it.
Golly!
Since you are going to Dundeer dabble in necromancy,
Oh my god.
a group of Dwemer cubs are going to move into the area around the base. They're going to see the activity, and basically these cat-like creatures are going to come and move in.
Can I force one to be my pet?
Yes, you can. I'm going to just quickly post a picture of them to the chat here so you guys can see what they look like.
Oh. Are they friendly?
They are
Oh,
friendly.
I want that to be my cat. Luna, it's you.
They're very friendly. In fact, they are so friendly that while you guys, because you chose necromancy, while you guys are at your base, and in your base, you gain temporary hit points equal to your level.
Yay. So I just have a scary ass cat with me now at all times.
Yeah, and there's actually a whole bunch of scary ass cats just wandering around the base now.
I am now the cat lady.
While digging the trench, one perches on Garl's head and it takes her an hour to notice.
Oh, Garl.
Very
I love
cute.
that.
All right. Shy, would you like to start a project or assist on a project in progress?
I would like to teach the cats how to high five.
Ooh.
Sure, that can be your project. How long do you think it'll take for Ray to train to give this cat some basic training?
Well, in real life, it took me about 5 months to
boy.
train Kiro to give high fives when he was still alive.
Okay.
So I would say we could try like 2 weeks.
Sure.
I'm hoping they're smarter than my lovable fat chubbo angel.
Shy, I had no idea you had a cat named Kiro.
Yeah, I had him for 8 years while we were in AMDA.
Yes.
Oh my god.
And then at the
Every
end of your
time I
turn,
talk
Shy,
about Leo's cat, oh
the
no.
library
okay.
goes down by
I
1
love
week.
it.
And
Nice.
Lynx, it is your turn. Please draw a card.
Cooper, it's okay. I love it. It makes me smile every time.
That makes me so happy. Oh my god.
He was
Okay.
also named after card captors.
Oh.
It's a mystic adventure.
Sorry, guys.
Um,
TMI.
No worries.
I got the 9 of Hearts.
The 9 of Hearts.
Heartfelt night.
Oh,
tonight.
this is an interesting one. Here are your 2 events. Number 1, a large tree falls in the forest. What do you do? And number 2, lights appear on the lake one night. What do you do?
I'm gonna go with the tree.
All right. So a very large tree, like think Animal Kingdom tree of life-size tree falls in the forest.
Okay. I'd like to investigate as to why it may have happened, like if it was natural, if the tree died, etc., etc., etc.
Sure thing. Are you going alone?
I probably shouldn't. Just like rule of thumb. If Ray's not busy, I'd like to take her
Yay!
and potentially Nimbus or Cassandra, whoever is less busy.
Probably me, because I only had the one thing to build and Cass is still working on
I'm
it.
documenting.
Yeah.
No problem. I'll be taking Nim and Ray.
All
You
right.
have picked, you have certainly picked a pair.
I sure have.
Let's go!
I want to investigate it from all angles to see if it's a natural cause, a magical cause, or like a disastrous cause.
Sure. So Lynx, as you are all going through it and looking around it, the tree has fallen down. You can see what looks to be a face on the tree.
Okay.
The face has closed its eyes. However, as you're looking around what is now like this broken stump, inside of that broken stump is a small sapling that has grown with a bit of like a smaller looking face on it.
Can I have Nim investigate that?
Smart.
Yeah,
Smart choice.
I think I'm gonna start with a quick detect magic read aura. And then I can make,
A primal
I-
source of magic.
sorry, what was that?
A primal
Primal
source
source.
of magic would be the best answer.
Source of magic. Can I make some kind of either nature check or arcana check?
Yeah, make me a nature check.
Yeah. 31?
Oh, very nice.
Nice. So, in the life cycle of a tree ant, it basically a tree ant will never die. When it is getting close to an old age and like its bough is becoming too much for its trunk to bear, it just snaps off, and it basically a smaller sapling will have already begun growing inside to replace that tree ant.
Huh.
This is also one of the very few times, like when a tree ant is this young, it's one of the very few times where you could actually move a tree ant safely.
Oh.
Can we speak to it?
Yeah.
Good evening.
Hello.
I'm so
Oh,
upset that I'm not
boy.
there.
Oh my god.
My name is Nimbus. These are my friends, Lynx and Ray. Do you know where you are?
I'm in the spot I've always been in.
Okay.
We've always been here.
Would you
Ray
like to
carved
stay
your
there?
name in the tree.
Nim stops her. Nim will physically throw herself on top of Ray to stop her from doing
Just
this.
hear,
Lynx is
"I
way
am
ahead of you. He's got her by the arm. He's holding her under the armpits like this and
He
just
just
going.
flicks
"Uh-uh."
open her.
I was always told to be wary of couples.
Oh God.
No, but in all
she-
seriousness, they're pretty indifferent to being moved. There's like, I mean, I can grow anywhere.
Well,
For you.
the area is being developed a little bit. There's a huge war going on, and we are trying to not be involved with it at the moment. If you would like to be moved somewhere where you could be a bit more social, we could do that. Or if you'd like to be moved somewhere where that is less developed, we can do that. Or you can just stay here.
I'd love to talk with people more.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'm changing his voice because I got a better one in mind now. Yeah, yeah, I'd love to talk with people more. There we go.
Oh,
I like this one.
sweet.
Oh. By any chance, just out of curiosity, do you think you'd be able to tend gardens for food resources?
Oh, yeah. My roots are like nature's. All these trees are my kin. I help grow them.
Would
I
You know,
think we have a
I'm
job
really
for
happy
you.
there was people around to hear this tree fall in the forest.
Aw.
Stop.
Would you be willing to help us grow a garden for some food?
I mean, yeah, I'd be happy to tend to some crops. It's been a while. I've mostly been doing trees.
And you'd be okay if we ate those crops after you helped grow them.
I mean, what else are crops used for? It would be like
Okay.
raising cattle and not eating them.
Yeah.
That's an opinion. This could not have gone any better. This is exactly what I wanted my week to be spent doing. How would you like us to move you?
I mean, a pot?
Emotionally?
Oh, pot? I don't have any on me, but I can.
No, a pot, maybe like a bag. I've heard some people will sometimes pick a plant up, stick it in a plastic bag, and leave it in there for weeks before they replant it. So maybe plant me immediately, but otherwise,
No,
like
we
you could
wouldn't do
transfer
that to
me that
you.
way.
Got it.
Simply
Ray takes
could
off
not
her
resist.
pants.
Good.
Are your
Okay.
pants that big? Is
Ray-
Ray's dump truck that big?
Ray throws off her pants and starts trying to figure out how to wrap this plant.
Yeah, Ray, you can easily do it. I will say that this tree ant is not a baby tree ant. It's just like a young tree ant, but it's effectively this massive tree just been reborn. So it has all the knowledge and age of that.
Oh, I
massive
love
tree
that.
in a teeny plant.
Lynx wants to start just like drawing up a blueprint in the camp for a farm field for the tree ant.
Sure.
Ray
do
just
you
goes,
want that to? do you
Breeze
want
feels
your-
good today.
Do you want your farm field to be Lynx's project for the week?
Yes, that was the idea that I had originally.
All right. How long do you think that'll take Lynx?
So ideally, I would like to have both a food resource and a medicine resource. So I want to be kind of generous and say 2 weeks, but with the help of the tree ant, maybe just a week.
I'll help too.
Sure, we can go with a week. That works. All right. So then, at the end of your turn, Cassandra, your library is finished.
Yay!
And the cat training still has 1 more week. However, it's after that, it's been about 5 weeks. Gwen's actually going to call you all into a meeting room that they have set up.
War room.
Cassandra's just come back from interviewing this tree. This is incredible.
Oh, that
So
tree.
smart,
That tree
right?
has lived for like thousands of years. Like that tree was there during the Great War.
Oh, I'm gonna just.
So like that tree itself could probably like take you like a week to get all the info out of. Although it's very localized info.
Tree, you say?
Oh
Oh,
God, I
girl,
forgot.
this is a nice tree. This is a no punching tree.
Punch.
Ray,
Oh.
please.
Garl is conflicted now.
Ray's
Conversation.
pants, hands on hips. Punch.
Garl is very distracted by the lack of pants.
So,
Understandably.
on the table in front of you is a map.
Is it Wednesday?
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
On a table in front of you is a map of the world.
Neat.
It's fully divvied up by the nations that rule it. And I'm going to move you all to the world map just so you can see.
Yay, world map.
Ooh, we're doing the galaxy map thing where we choose where we go now.
I am doing the galaxy map thing where you choose where you go next, yes.
I've been playing too much Mass Effect.
So, Gwen is going to give you a brief rundown. There are markers in each major area that kind of like represent what's going on there. So, whilst we've been working on building things up here, which has been going one way or another, I've been getting information collected about the world. So here's what's going on. In the Opal Empire, currently each of the Empire's islands are being bombarded by arcane bombs. The people of the Empire have retreated into the mines and tunnels that go below the water, and some old tunnels that have gone very deep have opened up. Now, from what I understand, there's a full continent under that water. I think they're in those tunnels that are below ground there. However, Trelidar is attempting, from what I understand, to wipe the Opal Empire off of the map. And by doing so, well, they would lower the land mass considerably, allowing the mines to flood, which would cause the entirety of the Opal Empire's population to drown. That's what's going on there. In Kalmia, it appears to be currently under siege. A number of their more monstrous inhabitants have been, for some reason, being driven mad and have caused a large uproar, almost being more monstrous and more feral than what they would be. From what I understand, a Kalmian alchemist was working with some Trelidarian mages on a few tonics. I feel like they might have slipped something into the water supply.
Ooh.
Magdia is an interesting conflict. A number of constructs that Trelidar had gifted Magdia before their try to take over the world themselves have mysteriously activated and have somehow managed to capture almost every city, as well as the new general, Steel Block.
Oof.
We would need to save them and possibly deal with whatever is controlling this set of constructs. They appear to work in such synchronicity that I would assume they would need to have one central control area, perhaps one sort of AI control network.
Oh, interesting.
Lutania, you all know about very well. 4 chromatic dragon broods have been stationed there by Trelidar. However, from what I understand, your former professor, now dean, has been working with a number of people in Lionberg to create opposition to these draconic broods. Then in Melotus, Trelidar has trapped the Viatori people here, using some pre-Great War technology that they had discovered. There's a large net that has gone over the skies that prevents the airships from leaving.
Or getting in.
And there are also a number of reports of strange weapons being used. Spider-like metallic creatures that fire energy from their backs.
Easy. We'll just blow it all up. We'll blow up the ships and we'll blow up the spiders.
And then lastly, well, there's Trelidar itself.
Blow it up.
That's straight up behind enemy lines, so I wouldn't recommend starting there. But from what I understand, things have gotten worse for the non-magically gifted residents of that nation.
Oh no, Magocracy.
Alright, so here's my plan.
Mm-hmm.
Blow everything up.
Mm-hmm.
And then we create a new world.
Compelling plan.
I hear you.
Been there, done that, not a fan.
But hear me out. What if we smash some things too?
Smash and blow it up.
Doubly
Yes.
compelling. Absolutely phenomenal. But I don't think we can do that.
Okay, piggybacking off of that, what if we helped Magdia first, since I think that they probably have, more so than anyone else, a wealth of resources and wartime materials. Materials that I would not want to fall into Treladar's hands, but
We split up.
then...
Helping.
One team takes the
I
Boats.
wouldn't recommend splitting up. Treladar's forces are vast, and we're already outnumbered enough as it is.
I also don't think we should split up.
How many people they got? Like 8?
At least!
At least.
At least
8.
Easy.
They have enough to effectively hold every country in the world under their control.
Yeah, that's got to be like at least 8.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a trench now.
And a
We
guard.
have a trench now.
We have a trench and a farm.
Oh my god.
I have an army. We have a trench.
So true.
And
I will-
cats.
When I kill the next dragon, that's something to just shout at it.
We do have cats.
Second high five.
They are a
And
great force
also-
of destruction, cats.
Gwen is able to answer any sort of questions that you might have to like clarify things, but otherwise, y'all, it is your mission table. Choose what you'd wish.
What's a number higher than 8?
17?
8.5.
There's got to be like 8.5 people.
How long do you think the people of the Opal Empire can hold out?
At least 8.5 days.
I will say that once we complete a mission, Treladar will tighten their grip. We will need to take a break. We can't just do everything at once, otherwise we will risk Treladar coming down on us like a magical nuke.
Right, of
Plus,
course.
if they catch one of us, that is a major problem.
Do you think
I
it's
wouldn't
safe to try to contact
I would
our
recommend
friend?
taking a substantial break between each of the missions that you do. However, if you do want to push it, I'm not going to be the one to. I'm not going to say no. I'm just warning you there are risks.
Of course.
Do you think it would be safe to contact Reverend to see
With
how
your-
people are doing?
With your sending zone, I think that would work.
I was going to say with the ring.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Reverend, how long do you think you and your people can hold out if they're trying to drown you all?
Just don't
How
drown,
urgent are
idiot.
things?
Float.
You'd get a message back saying, I do not know what our supplies are like. Still in effort of coordinating. A few weeks, maybe 2-3 months at the most. If water gets into these tunnels, we are in danger. However, I might have a way to take us to safety. Need to look into it.
Well, there's that.
I understand the necessity you feel to help the Opal Empire, but I don't have a way to get them out right now, and we don't have anywhere for them to go. I don't know if we have the resources to host
Not
thousands
yet.
of people here.
I don't think we should start with the Opal Empire. I think we need to build up resources as well as comrades.
Yes, Carl.
Carl raises his hand.
Yes, Carl.
One thing Garl has learned over many years,
Mhm.
I think it's years, especially when beginning a journey, it is best not to overthink things. New opportunities can become present once you have cleared a first obstacle. Breaking a bigger rock can reveal treasures within. We don't necessarily have to fix everything at once. If we start small, we may discover something that may lead to a greater opportunity.
Carl, now is not the time to smash rocks.
Garl, with your metaphor,
My what?
I
I was speaking
I
from
love
actual
Garl.
experience.
yes, okay, with your experience, I think we should do our best to look for rocks that might be geodes, as opposed to just smashing rocks for the sake of it in hopes that one of them has something inside. Sometimes you
Like
can
what?
tell from the outside that they are a geode. Does that make sense?
What's a geode?
Um,
I think it's like a frog.
it's
my
it's one of those.
God.
It's a
Oh,
round rock, and when
tasty.
you break it open, there's crystals on the inside. It's hollow, but full of.
Like a ghoul's skull.
It's
You
at that moment Gwen pipes up. Oh, Nim, remember that strange boy who would animate the geodes, and he'd call them their geodudes? Ah,
Oh my
sorry.
god. He was so strange.
I hate this.
That's
Oh,
sorry.
but anyway.
Possibly strange question, but just to be safe, cover all our bases. I don't suppose there's any movement in the Magiscard wastes at the moment.
Not that I've seen. Not that my resources have seen.
Yeah, that makes sense.
A lot of the movement from Trelladar are centered in the populated areas. The Magiscard wastes, although safer now, are still not populated widely.
Oh, what about also, we should probably find a way to get in contact with our friend in the library of that one knowledge god,
Nethys.
I could send a sending to Axleon.
just to make sure. Yes, Axleon's. No.
Actually, I think it might be a good idea to send few sendings out. One to Axleon and Ray, your sister. Maybe it would be a good idea to check in with her and see what she's doing, how she's doing.
The hot one? Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, yeah, but
Like, yeah, but also
yes,
no.
yeah.
Wow, Nim, you think my sister's hot? That's weird.
No, God, Ray, stop it.
It wouldn't be the first time, Ray.
Gwendolyn, don't encourage her, please. I just everyone, shut up. I'm going to sending Axleon.
Carl is sorry.
What about that white-haired friend of yours? She was really pretty. A little on the rough side, but
White-haired friend?
oh
She's talking about Elisandra.
yes,
Well,
Ellison.
her hair hasn't been white for white. Well, anyway.
I wouldn't call her very pretty. She's like a 6 out of 10, if you know what I mean.
I was gonna say 8.
Oh,
I sincerely hope Alessandra is not in the room right now.
Oh,
I don't
she
know. I
is.
feel like you're kind of pitying her with the 8.
Oh, she is in the room.
Yeah, she's been standing against a bookshelf. She's listening to all this. She's standing there literally like this.
good for her.
Oh, hi, Alessandra. How are you?
Maybe with like a haircut, like
Very
a bowl
good.
cut.
Anyway, I'm going to shoot a sending to Axleon saying, "This is Nimbus. Status report. Are you safe?"
Yeah, okay.
Ray would like to send one saying, "Can you read?"
You can't use sending, so
Oh man.
Meh.
I say also ask him if we can somehow send over some of the books to my library.
Oh, okay. This is Nim. Status report. Are you safe? Cassandra wants books.
Can you read?
Where are you? Can give a report in person? Question mark?
No. I can't. I would have to use more sendings, and that's super fishy.
I mean, you know it got to him, and you know it's him.
Yes, but if he's asking our location, I don't know where he is. He could have been captured by Trolladar.
When last you left him, he was in that library.
Well, yeah, that was a month and a half ago.
Yes.
Actually,
He's a nerd.
that
He
was
never leaves
8 months ago.
He never leaves the library. He's a nerd.
For him.
Well, yeah, not voluntarily, but who took over Bright Hall recently?
Yes. And do you think they swept every single building in the city?
I think they might
They
have swept a
could've.
library that belongs to a god.
That people didn't know about?
Fair. Regardless, it's super fishy that he's not telling us he's safe and that he's just asking where we are.
He said I'm fine, can give status report in person. Where are you? Question mark.
I'll send him another one if you don't want to use them. I'll do it later. Inconsistent accent.
Gwen, what do you think?
Could be worse.
I'm concerned about revealing our location to someone who... frankly, I don't think they're going to be able to get here from Latania by themselves without telling more people about our location.
We could create distance from here, neutral space where we meet people. It is good to have fallback.
The
points.
ocean.
Yes, I
What
could
is-
be having cake by the ocean.
What is Gwen's response to my general paranoia?
I mean, Gwen's supportive. Although, she will point out that, Nim, you have been very paranoid as of late. For good reason,
Well-
but just something to keep an eye on.
You know, we're at war, so that's my...
Yes,
Haha,
war.
just had tracking devices in our medals.
Yeah.
War never changes.
War
is
War
good
never
for?
changes.
War never
Absolutely
changes.
nothing.
Well, I'll think about it. Let's see if we can't get a straight answer out of Ray's sister. Ray, does your sister have a name that isn't Ray?
Sometimes I call her Doodle Bob.
I believe that.
Gotcha.
No, I don't know.
Okay, so it's not a real thing. You're just fucking with me. Sometimes
Yeah.
I can't tell.
Every time Nimbus says fuck, a little part of me dies.
Call her Hot Ray,
I'm
Hot
not
Ray.
going.
like Hot Wheels.
I'm just
But,
going to tell
Ray,
her.
you
It's
forget,
Hot
everyone in this world is attractive, so you are also hot, Ray.
Yeah, but she's way hotter.
I mean, if you
I'm
have
just going to tell her.
they
It's,
can
it's
both be
nice
true.
that you say hi.
Exactly.
Call her Rage Against the Machine.
Okay, everyone. I shouldn't have asked. Leave me alone.
HR.
Thing one and thing two.
I'll send her. This is basically the same thing that I sent to Axley on. This is Nimbus status report. Are you safe?
Tell her I say hi.
Ray says hi.
So,
Thank you.
this is going to be a fun discovery because you
know.
haven't sent a sending to a Ray clone yet. Ray, you are going to get a sending in your head.
Oh my
Oh god,
god.
they're a network. They're a network.
Hi, bud!
You get
Am I
them-
about to get a response from the entire Ray colony?
You get
Oh my
you
God.
get
The
a
collective.
sending. Nim, you get several responses.
I just imagine it's like one of those things where like the stereo is giving out. It's like.
Does one of them say, "I'm pooping"?
Yes, we'll say Shy Ray
Perfect.
says that.
Oh god, there's a shy ray
The
out there.
original.
Shy Ray.
Bow.
They never left the house. I don't know.
Do you mind?
Estoy pooping.
But yeah, so Nim,
Open.
you get absolutely like flooded with responses for a moment from just a whole bunch of rays being like, "What is this? This is weird.
Oh.
Wow!
What is this?
Hello?
What? Oh, weird. What is this? Oh, I'm going to eat your blood. What is this? What?
Can one of them say, "Oh my God, it's happening again. The voices are back."
One of them just says one has escaped the simulation. Difficulty increased.
Oh no!
After about
Ray
10
just kinda
minutes of
looks
just like
around.
floods of responses, eventually things quiet down, and then you
I'm
get a
getting
response
this.
saying, "Assuming that was for me, magical sendings. Bad idea, Nim. We're all on a network."
Oof.
Maybe Ray has been low key been the spy the whole time and she didn't even know it.
The unintentional spy.
We're all
Ray,
on a
go to your
network.
room. Go to your room right now.
I am safe in Kalmia. People here very kind normally, somewhat monstrous now.
All right, I will relay that absolute shit show to the rest of the party.
I'm just getting you some tea for your headache, which is definitely coming.
Thank you, love.
And
I
that's
still have a
why
few
they
drops of
don't
chai
use
latte.
Magical sendings
Glug, glug.
to give the Ray clones orders, because that.
Oh, what a.
I'm sure we could abuse that somehow.
Probably.
I'm sure you could, but it would also hit your Ray.
Ray's trying her best in her mind to like send something really annoying. Now that she knows.
Meow 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 meow.
Call
meow.
1-800
Stanley
steamers, the carpet cleaner. Just waiting for
You know,
someone
if
to finish
If
it.
any of the Rays were gifted magic casters, they would probably just send you a, "Well, thanks for getting that stuck in my head."
Get connected for free
Okay,
with
but-
Education
Get connected. Went to the
Not
internet.
sponsored. This is not
You
sponsored by
see-
Education
You see,
Connection.
Matt, the
Oh my
Americans
God.
are spouting their PSAs. I think we should hit them with a "Don't you put it in your mouth." but
Went to
that's
high
just me.
school. Didn't do great.
Well, let me ask you them. Do they know about house
House
hippos?
hippos.
Yes.
I've
But
been educated as to the ways of the house hippos.
they have been.
It's a real problem.
They are. They knocked over some
Um,
stuff on a shelf the other day in my house. So
Went to high school. Didn't do great.
What have we become?
I'm so sorry.
Cassandra, you can shoot a sending to Axleon if you think it's safe.
Yeah. Do-do-do-do-do. Hi, Axleon. It's Cassandra. Had to escape the
War.
war.
The war.
Not sure how updated you are on things on the surface. Please send books.
You might
That's,
need to tell him
that's
where.
to know. That's how he knows it's you.
To Izzle.
I'm assuming, and Cassandra, you can include coordinates in there for free if you want.
For free. Get connected for free.
With education connected.
So, about 5 minutes later, you hear a knocking on a closet door in this room. Inside of that door is now the archives.
Very nice.
Whoa! Holy shit!
Carl pokes her head in and then slaps herself really hard. Oh, I'm not dreaming.
Yes,
'Cause I was just
I
like,
figured
"I'll
out
be
how
here."
to move it. Can only do it once a year, though, now.
Oh,
But
that's handy.
books.
Yes, Carl. This is a library. These are also trees you cannot punch.
Well, they're not really trees anymore. They're processed trees. It'd be like punching
They
a
were
steak.
once trees. I just, for clarification, for this one, she likes to punch trees.
Can it be in the closet in my room, please?
Girl just does that head
Sure.
tilt thing that confused dogs do.
Yeah, so Axion's looking around. They see androids, like, "Oh, it worked!
It did work.
Oh, that's wonderful." I was really worried when that
Leon's here
crystal
too.
malfunctioned that things wouldn't work out. But hey, it worked out. People are alive again. This is good to see.
Would you like to meet
Yup.
them?
It's great.
Will, just out of curiosity, being close to Axion and or whatever, do Garl's crystals twinge at all?
They do.
Hmm.
There's a resonance, a magical resonance that is humming. It feels like Garl's entire body is slightly tingly.
Garl goes outside.
Oh.
But
What was that all about?
I'm going to get back into my library. Let me know if you need anything. And just, they go
Thank
back to
you.
work. They as you like see them, you can see that they've been like cataloging every book in the library
Oh,
and like
God.
writing descriptions of them. Yeah.
Sounds just like new best friend. New best friend.
Oh, that's so cool. All right, I was wrong to be suspicious. I'll admit it. It's fine.
Library TARDIS for all your library needs.
I think there's also something to be said, going back to the conversation about our next move, freeing the Viatori being held in Malouts. The only issue is that's on the other side of the world, and there are, an entire continent being bombed between us and them.
We go underground.
The underground that's currently trying to be bombed open.
We go in the air.
The air that the bombs are being dropped through.
I think that Malouts is off limits right now. The fact that there's a net keeping airships in and keeping us out is a big deterrent. It's not that I don't think that we could do it, it's that I don't think we could get people out effectively, safely, and quickly. I think that we should build up resources first and eventually come up with a plan to get rid of this net, and then help out the Melosians.
Perhaps Megzia might be the right choice.
Perhaps.
I'm inclined to agree.
Oh man.
You know,
Um,
there is one more person I could send a message to see if we could get any insight on what Treladar is up to.
Your mother?
Oh, fuck no.
Oh boy.
Alessandra,
Oh God.
you'll be grateful, I'm sure, to know that Ascendancy has woken up.
Yes, I got a tinge about it this morning.
A tinge?
Yes.
That's not a word.
I left them a scroll of sending and a note. We've had words. Alessandra just leaves the room.
Care to elaborate on that? Excuse me, get back here.
Nope.
Get back here.
Goodbye, Nim.
I get up and chase her.
This is why I said 8 instead of 9.
What?
Oh, this is why I called her an 8 instead of a 9. It's the attitude.
it's a bad attitude. Oh, I get up and chase her. What did he... Excuse me.
We are on good terms now, I suppose. Yes. It's
How
fine,
on
don't
earth
worry.
did that happen?
I left a note.
Nymph throws her hands in the air and walks back to the war room.
Alessandra's blushing, by the way, when you find her.
Of course she is.
Is Nim blushing when she gets back? Cassandra's just waiting.
She's red in the face because she's angry.
Oh, you're blushing!
But
You'd run after her.
I don't have time for this. I send a message to Ascendancy saying, glad you're up. Hope you're safe. Can I help?
Vacationing in Lionburg with a rat.
Ooh,
you.
Oh, love that for him. Oh, so he's not in Treladar anymore. Thank God. Well, I'm tapped for sendings today, but I may send him another one at some point to hear that story, because that's a story. How did he get out of Treladar? And that's fun. That's fun.
Capitalism. Spoiler alert. Capitalism.
Well, yeah, Ascendancy's whole family is fucking rich.
Try sending a sending to Steel Block.
Not a bad idea.
I don't know what to say, though.
Are you alive?
Oh, that's a good one.
How can we help? Yeah.
Steel Block, it's Cassandra. Are you all right / alive? Is there anything we can do to help? How urgent are things?
Magdia taken by Trelladar Construct Hive Mind. Capital City, home to Main Brain. Currently under surveillance. Deep
Boy.
within compound, outside of capital. Coordinates are, and then he'll give you coordinates.
I just read my.
Excellent. Okay. This seems like the most actionable course.
I agree.
As a note, because it's been like more than a couple days, so Garl has gone out into the woods to try and find something to fight. Like a bear or a moose or something.
Oh,
I don't know.
Garl, you definitely came back with like a panther on your back.
Ray, new kitty.
Yes.
I just hand it to you.
Ray takes it and just.
It's mildly concussed.
Oh,
I will take better care of Kitty.
He's gonna have just like an army of large cats.
Yeah.
it's what God intended.
It is.
If we can turn those constructs, that could be huge.
Hmm.
That could be really huge.
I agree.
Well then, it sounds like you all know where you want to head next.
Nope, no idea.
Well, Ray, is there somewhere you'd rather go?
Well, where are we going?
I think Magdia. I think that's the move.
All right, to Magdia.
To Magdia, we're off to go to Magdia.
If we go to Magdia now, can I have a promise that we won't forget about the Opal Empire? I couldn't. If the citizens all drowned, I wouldn't be able to forgive myself. They protected me.
Already forgotten about. You got it, Cassandra.
Oh my God.
Garl puts an arm on your shoulder and says, Garl promises not to forget. Nisandra?
Close enough.
Well, Cassandra, think about it this way. This way we may have more resources to help the Opal Empire with.
We're bringing the cats.
Ooh.
We can bring the cats, yes.
Ooh. I will turn to what's the name? Just Garl. I kept wanting to say Garth, and I'm like, that's wrong. I'll turn to Garl and I say, Garl, I know my name is a bit of a mouthful. So if it helps, you can call me Core if you want.
Oh.
Oh.
Garl will call you Pretty Hair.
Oh.
Sweet.
Hell yeah!
I will answer to Pretty Hair.
Went for a nickname, got a compliment instead.
You.
Thank you, Strong Jaw.
All right. So, Gwen will prep the airship,
Oh.
and because we started a little bit late today, we're going to end things here.
Can I
As the
do
party.
one more thing?
Oh, go ahead, Nim.
I realize I can use higher spell slots to do sending. And I just want to do one more sending. I might not get a response from this. I probably won't. But I wanted to try anyway. I'm sending my dad actually.
Oh
Yes.
boy. Oh boy.
Because he hasn't been talking to me. So I'm just going to shoot him a sending and say, Mom says it's fine if I drop dead. Just wanted to double check and see if that's fine with you.
Ara.
My legacy will be more than your failings. And that's where we'll end the session.
Yeah, there we go.
I like that.
Wow.
But
was it.
everyone, thank you so much for coming out to tonight's episode. I apologize for the technical difficulties at the start. For some reason, Streamlabs just didn't want to talk to Twitch. So we had to basically fully restart my machine. But thank you all so much for coming tonight. Don't forget to check out our many other shows here on the channel. Don't forget to follow if you haven't already followed. Go and check out our many other streams. We have a whole bunch of VODs that you can watch. And keep an eye out for special bonus streams. But with that, I'm going to say good night to you all. And we will see you all on the next one. We're also going to go do a quick raid. Bye-bye!
Hell yeah.
Hey.
Yay.
Zonked.
Right.